Well, we all know that honesty is the best policy, and even Billy Joel told us that honesty is such a lonely word, for those of you that remember Billy Joel. And I want to talk to you about whom we must be honest with and under what circumstances, and we're going to narrowly draw that down to whether or not you can lie to the police about certain things. So I want to start with the basics. We're going to start with the law. Florida law does make it a crime to give false information to the police. That's in statute 901.36, and it says it's unlawful for a citizen who has been arrested or lawfully detained by law enforcement to give a false name or otherwise falsely identify himself. It's actually a misdemeanor of the first degree. It's punishable by a year in jail and a $1,000 fine. And then if your false information causes somebody else problems, right? Like you gave somebody else's name, that upgrades your misdemeanor to a felony, and it'll be punishable by up to 5 years in prison. To see how this works out, let's give you an example of DKD v. State, the real life case of this young juvenile was stopped by the police. He was darting across a parking lot like somebody was chasing him, and it was 2:30 in the morning. A lot of stuff happens at 2:30 in the morning, as you know, and the cops are on high alert. So several cops approached DKD, asked him what's going on. They thought he might have been running away like a kid or something. And of course, DKD gave him a false name, false address. That's why we're talking about it. And the cops actually were nice, and they said, hey, we'll take you home. They're driving to the fake address. He fesses up. He's like, look, it's a lie. We're not going to go anywhere. And he got himself arrested for giving a false name or false identification to law enforcement in violation of what we said, 901.36. And this gets us to our question, right? Was it okay for DKD to lie to the cops? And the answer is it was perfectly legal, yes. And the key here is buried within the first part of 901.36, where it says it is unlawful for a person who has been arrested or lawfully detained to give a false name. Because when the officers saw DKD running around, they didn't have a legitimate, well-founded suspicion that he was committing a crime by running through a parking lot. Yes, it was weird. It was 2:30 in the morning. There's always potential for shenanigans at 2:30 in the morning. But that's the beauty of being out late, isn't it? So DKD did nothing wrong. There was no lawful detention here. And without a lawful detention, really, he didn't have to give them correct information. He was allowed to lie, and he did. And there you have it. One instance of legally lying to cops. I don't recommend it. It can cause other problems, but for DKD, it worked out. My name is John Guidry, and if you're having any sort of trouble in Orange, Seminole, or Osceola County, give me a call. Let's see if we can help you out. Thanks for watching, and take care.